Hi friends, thank you so much for joining me today for some Vinyasa yoga. Today we'll have an intention of realizing that today is precious, that we only get one shot at today. So choosing to spend today in a way that brings love and light to yourself and other people and the rest of the world. So realizing that today is precious and choosing to make it wonderful. So I hope you enjoy. As always, grab some water, play some fun music, something uplifting, and meet me on the mat. Let's start our flow seated today. So come down to your mat and find a comfortable seated position. Make sure to find your hip bones so that you can sit up tall a little bit easier. And then take a second to align the spine, lengthen. Try not to round or flex in your spine anywhere. And also pull the shoulders down and back, which brings palms up if you like. And if that's not comfortable, palms down is fine. But let's just take a second to calm down, catch our breath. So let's have a big breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Good. Let's do it a few more times at your own pace. Maybe closing our eyes on an exhale. And as we breathe deeply, we're just kind of setting apart our yoga practice, having a little buffer from the rest of our day. A little reset, if you will. So we want to notice how we're doing today, how we're feeling today, how the body is feeling today. All these things matter so that you can take really good care of yourself on the mat. And continue your deep breathing, but let's start to be a little more intentional about it. Let's start to lengthen the inhale and then match the length of the inhale to the length of the exhale. Let's do that a few times until we settle into a little pace with it. And we want our pace to be easygoing and not rushed. And when you've got the hang of that, let's add in our 3-part breath, breathing in a way where we fill the lungs from bottom to top. And if you want to think of it in the 3 parts, we breathe in at the belly area and then up to the ribs and then up to the chest. Get a full inhale every time and then a full exhale every time. So practice that a few more breaths on your own. And I'll give you a little intention today. If you like it, hold on to it. If not, pick your own. Totally fine. The intention I'm using today is this day, this 24-hour period is a tremendous gift to me. I choose to use it in a way that fulfills me, that brings love and light to me and others. I choose to make it wonderful. Everything that happens in it might not be wonderful, but I can choose my reactions, and I can choose to deal with things in love. I can treat myself with love. I'll treat others with love. So this 24-hour gift of time is precious. I choose to use it and make it wonderful. On the next exhale, let's bring our hands to prayer pose in front of the heart. Just holding on to that intention, another breath. This day is precious. I can't redo it or get it back. I choose to use it in a way that is wonderful. On the next inhale, let's sweep our arms up and overhead. Open the eyes. Exhale, pull down through the shoulder blades as we get moving. Do it again. Inhale, bring it up. Start to lengthen the sides of the body, the arms. Exhale, pull down through the shoulder blades. Match it up to your breath now. Go at your own pace. When we do this pull down move, let's really try and let go of tension. So we inhale, we create space. Exhale, let go of tension. One more time like this. Big breath in. Exhale, pull it down. Awesome. Now, let's touch the shoulder tops. Make a few big circles for the benefit of your shoulder joints. Just working with mobility a little bit. Another breath here, and then let's reverse the direction, go the other way. Remembering that in yoga, we're all about bringing health to our joints, so we never want strain or pain in a joint. Let's do the same at the wrists, a few times one way. Keep your breath going, and then the other way. Good. Let's interlace hands if it's comfortable. Reach up. If it's not, just reach normally. Anything's fine. Do what feels good on your body. Now pull your core in, lengthen your arms and the sides of the body, activate your pelvic floor. We want the core and the spine to be stable and supported. Then maybe have a little bit of a side bend one way, just a tiny one. We'll do this again later in our practice. We'll have a chance to go deeper there. Let's bring it up to neutral. Again, activate everything, support your spine, and then maybe have a little tiny side bend the other way. Inhale, bring it up to neutral. Exhale, side bend. Last one, inhale, bring it up to neutral. Exhale, side bend. On the inhale, ease up. Exhale, let's release the hands and twist to the left, looking over our shoulders. On the next inhale, bring it back up to neutral, lengthen the spine. Exhale, go the other way with it. Now, let's start to hook it up to our breath. Inhale, reach, neutral spine. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach, neutral spine. Exhale, twist the other way. Let's do it 2 more times per side at your own pace. We want any twist we do to feel awesome on your back, so we never force a twist. We're not using leverage. We're not using our hands to crank us around deeper. Hands just float down. Last time. And on an inhale, rise back up. Exhale, come to your prayer pose. Have a breath here, eyes open or closed, whatever you like. This day, this 24-hour period of time is precious. I choose to use it in a way that is wonderful, that brings love and light to me and others. On your next exhale, relax, open your eyes, and let's start to move into all fours pose for cat and cow. So get to your all fours pose. Remember, plant your hands right under your shoulders. Spread the fingers, activate the hands, and then put the knees right under the hips. Lift up through the shoulders like you're pressing the floor away from you. We want to keep that shoulder stability the whole time. Now pull in your core gently as always, and then on an inhale, tilt the tailbone up and lift the heart for cow. On an exhale, point the tailbone down and round for cat. Inhale, return to cow pose. Exhale, rounding into cat. Start to move at your own pace. Moving through this back extension and flexion in a very easygoing way. We want it to feel good on the spine and the back muscles. Think about letting go of tension, not causing or creating tension. All right, let's all have one more of each. Big breathing. And then let's take those active hands, walk them out a little bit. Keep the hands planted, the palms planted, the fingers spread. Shift forward into a kneeling plank. So when we get to kneeling plank, let's not just hang out in our joints like I'm doing right now. Let's think about pressing up, pressing the floor away from you, keeping your shoulders active. Now pull your core in. Try and keep your spine nice and supported. Have a deep breath. Pull the shoulder blades down and back so you're not shrugging. On the next exhale, let's shift and lower down, keeping your elbows by your rib cage all the way down to the mat. On an inhale, ease up into an unsupported cobra. So we're not using our hands here. And to prove it, let's reach out in front of us. On an inhale, maybe lift the legs too. Exhale, pull the shoulder blades down the back like we did right off the bat in our practice today. And then ease back down to the mat. Let's press gently to child's pose. All the way back. Good. Have a breath. Relax. Then let's do it again. Let's inhale, ease forward into that kneeling plank. Remember, make it sturdy and strong. Shift, exhale, ease down to the mat. Inhale, reach in front of you, lift off, lift legs and arms, core is tight. Exhale, pull down through the shoulder blades. Ease on down to the mat and press back to child's. We'll do that sequence one more time, getting warm. Inhale, travel forward, but lift up through the shoulders, keep them sturdy. Exhale, ease down to the mat. Inhale, peel off the mat, reach out in front of you. Exhale, pull down through the shoulder blades, and then ease down to the mat. Press back to your child's pose. Have a breath. Give your wrists a few figure eights if they're tired. And on the next inhale, let's do it again. Let's flow forward into kneeling plank, but this time, set up your shoulders, pull in your core, and let's come to full plank if you want to. In our full plank, pressing through the heels, aiming your tailbone towards your heels. And that's to try and prevent arching in the back or poking up through the hips. So keep yourself in a level plank, pull your core in. Now, squeeze the core. Just with your core muscles, see if you can lift the hips a couple inches. It's like a crunch. It's a little bitty lift. Now take it all the way back to downward facing dog. We want to press through the heels for a second, alternating. So bend one knee, press the other heel toward the mat. Should feel awesome on your legs, your ankles, your feet. Shoulder blades, let's pull them down the back. Let's do it again. Inhale, come into plank pose. Now, start with your core and your hips. Pull the core in, lift your hips just a couple inches, few inches, and then take it back to downward facing dog. Pedal the feet out again. Hands are planted firmly. That takes a little pressure off the wrists. One more time. Inhale, come into plank pose. It's nice and sturdy. Squeeze the core, lift the hips, and then take it to downward facing dog. Pedal the feet out. Have a deep breath. Settle into a still downward dog. Pull the shoulders down the back, soften the knees, aim the tailbone up. One breath in, one breath out. Let's step to a forward fold. One foot at a time, placing the feet, hip width and parallel to each other. Maybe cross your arms, let yourself relax, knees are bent, and maybe rock side to side a couple times. On the next inhale, let's bend the knees, flatten the back, take it into airplane pose. So we bring the back up halfway up. So we're parallel to the floor. We're pulling shoulder blades together. We're reaching through the fingertips, working the triceps. Legs are working, core is working, pelvic floor is active. One more breath here in this active pose, building a little heat. And then on the next inhale, let's reach all the way up, ground through the feet, lengthen the back, point the tailbone down so you're not arching in the low back. Maybe even give a slight little gaze up. Exhale, bring it to prayer pose. Have a deep breath in. Exhale, relax. So we can have that side bend again if we want to. We're still in mountain pose. I'm just facing you now. Maybe interlacing hands. We want to pull the core in, aim the tailbone down so that the back is nice and neutral and the spine is neutral and supported. So interlace hands if you want to. Again, you can just reach up. That's totally fine. With a neutral spine and a tight core, let's have a gentle side bend one way. Let's ease up. Inhale. Exhale, go the other way. One more time per side. Inhale, rise. Exhale, side bend. Making space in the side body. Big breathing. Last one. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, prayer pose. Pausing for a breath. Staying in your mountain pose so your feet are hip width. Your feet are parallel to each other. You're grounded at the feet. Core is active and engaged. On the next inhale, let's sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, come into a chair pose. So send the hips down and back as opposed to letting your knees jut and shift forward. Inhale, rise. Let's do it again. Exhale, send the hips down and back. Inhale, big sweeping motion. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, make space through the sides of the body. Exhale, come down maybe a little lower. Let's do it 3 more times. Big breathing. Core is active and engaged. Whatever you want to do with your arms is fine with me. If you prefer prayer pose, that's totally fine. Let's do 1 more. As we exhale, chair pose. Let's hold it. Have a big breath in. Exhale, maybe sink down just a little lower. Have a big breath in, pull that core in. Exhale. 1 more breath, you can do it. Big inhale. Match the length of the inhale to the exhale. On an inhale, rise back up. Exhale, rest, 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 rest. Let's step out wide. So we step out wide on the mat, toes aim out naturally, feet are still planted. Same principle. Let's inhale, rise up. Exhale, send the hips down and back. So we're still moving with our breath. We're still basically squatting. We're just stepping out in a wide way, getting some mobility for the hips. So hopefully this feels really good at the hips. And with any pose we do, you're only taking it to the place that you feel comfortable with today. So we never want pain. Muscles working, yes, that's a good thing. But we don't want any sort of pain. No pain in the joints, no pain in the muscles. Work is different than pain. Remember to stay aware so that you know the difference. On an inhale, bring it all the way up. This time, let's take a swan dive. Ease down as you squat. Let's sort of shift our weight to that left leg, lengthening the right, and then shift to the right leg, lengthening the left, and then keep going, alternating gently just a couple times. And we're still keeping our hips down and back, so we're trying not to just totally shift forward on the knees. Just staying aware. 1 more time on each side. Coming back to neutral, bending the knees. Inhale, swan diving up, rise. Exhale, rest. Walk your feet together and turn to face the short side of your mat again. When we get to our mountain pose, feet are planted, core is active, spine is tall, and we're coming back to that intention that today is a special day. I choose to make it wonderful. On the next inhale, let's reach the arms overhead. Exhale, take a swan dive down. And let's carefully step to downward facing dog. Aim the hips up, pull the shoulder blades down and away from your neck. Now, on the next inhale, let's sweep the right leg up in the air, and then exhale, bring it all the way through, step it forward into a lunge. When we get there, let's look forward, lengthen the back, and press through that left heel, the back heel. On an inhale, maybe we sweep up into a crescent lunge. It's up to you. You can always lower the back knee if you'd rather. Deep breathing, core engaged, tailbone pointing down so that your lumbar doesn't start to get achy here. Big breath in. Exhale, let's cross the left arm across the body, open up. The right arm reaches back into a little bit of a twist. And how far you take this is up to you. Every day's different. Inhale, bring it back up. Flow with it. Exhale, twist. One more time. Woo. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, twist. Let's inhale, rise, and then exhale, ease all the way down. Step to downward facing dog. Again, take the time to align the shoulders. Aim the hips up. On your next inhale, let's reach the left leg up in the air, and then exhale, hug it through, lunge, left foot forward. Inhale, look forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, press through the back heel. If you'd like to, on an inhale, rising up into a crescent lunge again. Same thing, other side. We want to take a second to pull in the core and align the spine so there's no pain anywhere. On the exhale, cross the right arm across the body, open up through the left side. Breathe with it. Inhale, rise. Exhale, flow into this gentle twist. Inhale, reach straight up. Exhale, twist. On the next inhale, sweep the arms up, make space through the sides of the body. Exhale, sweep it down, step to downward dog. Have a breath here. If you need to pedal the feet out again, do it. Catch your breath. And then let's step the right foot forward again for a lunge, stepping all the way through. On an inhale, look forward, lengthen the spine. Get your balance. You're actually wanting to look ahead of you, but sort of down. So think of looking down a few feet in front of you at the floor. That's the way you don't arch through the neck or crane your neck. Let's plant the left palm. Keep the spine tall. Inhale, open that right arm. Nice little twist through the right side, reaching up. Deep breathing, core engaged. Hips stay neutral. On an exhale, sweep it down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, press through the back heel. Now, bring your right hand to your right thigh. Spiral your left heel down, and easy does it. Let's windmill up into warrior two. Once we get up, we're pressing both feet into the mat. We're squaring hips to the long side of our mat. We're reaching out, looking over the front hand. On an inhale, revolve the palm up, reach up into reverse warrior. Exhale, flow into side angle, reaching through the other side. So we inhale, reach up through that side body. Exhale, reach through the other side body. One more time. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle, it's strong, and we windmill all the way back down and step to downward dog. Have a big breath in. Exhale. This time, step the left foot forward into a lunge. Same little sequence, other side. So inhale, look forward, the floor, a few feet in front of you. Lengthen the spine, shoulder blades pull down and back. Plant your right hand this time. Inhale, sweep the left hand up. We're looking up only if it feels nice. Think about your neck, how your neck feels. One more breath here. Exhale, ease it down. Inhale, reset. Square the hips, lengthen the spine. Exhale, press through your back heel. Now, place the left hand on the left thigh. Spiral the back foot down. Inhale, windmill up, warrior two, other side. Again, taking a second, press through both feet. Square your hips to the long side of your mat. Look out over your front hand. We're also aware of our knee alignment. So there's a tendency to let the knee kind of buckle in. So think about using your outer thigh muscles to pull it back and into alignment. On an inhale, reach up, reverse warrior. Lengthen through the side of the body. Exhale, side angle. Reaching overhead though to lengthen the other side of the body. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Making space. One more time. Big breath in, flowing gracefully. Side angle, and then we'll ease it all the way down. Windmilling, stepping to downward dog. Good. Last little warrior sequence we'll do today. Pack the shoulders first, pull in the core, aim the tailbone up, downward dog. Big breath. And then let's step the right foot forward one more time. This time, instead of a lunge, we're heading into warrior one. So bring your back foot in about a foot so you can plant it totally. On an inhale, bring hands to the thigh and hinge your way up. Carefully coming up. Once you get up, adjust your pants if you need to, apparently. Press through your back foot, square your hips forward, and bend your front knee. Warrior one stance. Let's swim the arms back, though, today and stretch the chest. So we're only taking this stretch to a place that feels nice. So some people can interlace. Some people prefer to just reach. Do what feels better for your joints. Think of the joints that are involved in this, your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists. Make sure you're giving them love, not strain. Maybe we ease a little bit deeper into our warrior one stance. One more breath here for our stretch. And exhale, release the arms, give them a little shake. Let's set up for airplane. Again, pull the shoulders down and back, pull shoulder blades together, arms reach for the floor, palms forward. We're super active. Now, let's start to make our way into warrior three. We'll start to shift our weight to that front foot, kind of tiptoe with the back foot, airplane in the top half of the body. And then we start to hinge, and we'll be like a capital T. So warrior three. Trying to keep our hips squared toward the floor. That's the hard part. Keeping your back flat and active, triceps working, shoulder blades working, balancing, breathing. On an exhale, release hands to the floor if you can. You can bend that weight-bearing knee if you need to. Don't lock it for sure. And then inhale, reach that left leg up a little higher. Exhale, come down to a little squat. Bring the left knee to the outside of the right and come down into a little squat. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, squat. One more time. Inhale, reach the leg back. Exhale, take a squat. Inhale, reach it up. This time, step all the way back very gently to a lunge. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, lower that back knee. We'll ease up. Have a little stretch here. We're pointing the tailbone down. Again, that's so the lumbar doesn't get achy. And then let's bring the left arm up, bend at the elbow, stretch that tricep. So we're placing the right hand on the elbow if that's comfortable, but just listen to your joints and don't take a stretch too far. Let's have one more breath here. On an exhale, release the arms, come all the way down. Take it to downward dog one more time. This time stepping the left foot forward, same little sequence, other side. Big breath in, look forward, lengthen your spine, but instead of a lunge, we're going to warrior one. So bring that right foot, the back foot in about a foot, bend that front knee, hinge up, inhale as you come up. Hands to the hips. Let's think about pressing into the back foot. It's at a 45-degree angle. It's steady, it's sturdy, it's rooted. And then from there, square your hips forward to the short side of your mat. Tailbone aims down, we'll bend that front knee. So let's think about zipping up our core. Like we're zipping up really tight pants. We're pulling in the core, lengthening the spine. And then swimming the arms back to get that chest and shoulder stretch. Again, pick your place in this stretch. Do what feels nice, do what feels good on your joints. Keep pressing through your back foot. Your back leg is super active. Keep pulling in your core. And stay aware of how you're doing. Breathe. Match your inhale to your exhale. On the next exhale, release the stretch. Give your arms a little shake. And then pull your shoulder blades together and down. Reach through your fingertips. Triceps are already working. We'll ease into warrior three, shifting to the front foot. Tiptoeing the back foot. Breathe, and then start to hinge into a T, like a capital T. Again, we're squaring hips toward the floor. We're keeping active in the back, the shoulder blades, the triceps. The weight-bearing leg, we never want to lock it, but we want it long. On an exhale, bring the arms down and the hands to the mat. Inhale, reach through both heels. Exhale, that squat will bring the right knee, the lifted knee, to the outside of the weight-bearing knee. Inhale, lift the leg back. Exhale, squat. Inhale, lift the leg back. Last time, exhale, squat. Inhale, lift, and exhale, step it way back very gently to our lunge. Inhale, look forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, lower that back knee. On an inhale, we'll rise into our kneeling lunge where we want to get a nice hip flexor stretch. We want to feel good. Aim your tailbone down. And then this time we'll bring the right arm up, bend to the elbow, and we'll reach the left arm over it, just gently touching at the elbow. Staying aware of how the stretch feels at the hip, of how the stretch feels for the tricep. And there's no pain in any joint anywhere. On the next exhale, ease it back down. I lied a minute ago when I said last downward dog. Let's take one more downward dog for pigeon pose. So downward dog just gives us a little more space to get into pigeon. If you'd like to practice pigeon with me today, let's lift the right foot up first and the right leg. Now, bend the knee, bring it forward underneath you, and we want to bring the right knee to the outside of the right wrist. We're rotating from the hip. We're not just cranking around at the knee. And then we lower that back knee, the left knee, and sort of toe knee your way back until you've made a little space for your hip joint. Good. So everybody's going to look a little bit different in this pose. A lot of times you see really advanced yogis with their shin totally parallel to the short side of their mat, but that's not accessible for most of us. So you need to pay attention to how you feel here and how your knee feels. Most of us are going to have an angle there. Once we get here, this is painful. One, don't do it. Then otherwise, think about if you need a little help for the space between your hips and the floor. So if your hips aren't on the floor and that's achy, you can put a block, a towel, a bolster. Basically think of bringing the floor up to you to give you a little more support. We want this to feel nice, a nice release through the hips. We square our hips forward, and if we'd like to, and it's in your practice, this is not something to force, we can ease down to the forearms or even to just lie down. It's up to you. Keeping mindful of how this feels in the hips and that front knee. We don't want pain or pressure in the front knee. So let's all have about 2 more breaths here. And then if you're lying down or on your forearms, start to ease back up. So tuck your back foot, lift back to downward dog, or all fours, whatever is more accessible for you. From downward dog, this time lift your left leg up. Exhale, bring the knee underneath you, bring that left knee to the outside of the left wrist, lower your back knee, and then again make some space, toe, knee, easy does it until you've made a little space for your hips. You still want to face forward, square the hips forward. So give your ankle a little gentle flex, that'll help support your knee, and then we just want to make sure that our center of gravity is at the hips, not on the front knee. So listen to your knee, don't strain it. And again, from here, we take this stretch wherever it feels nice. We can stay here upright. And if we are doing that, let's pull the shoulders down and back. Gaze down at the floor, a few feet in front of us. If we go to the forearms, we do it slowly and gently, aware of any changes that happen in the pose. We don't want strain in the knee or the hips. And then if we want to lie down, we just extend the arms and easy does it, we ease down. matching your inhale to your exhale. Steady breathing. We'll have one more breath here. And if you're lying down, we'll start to ease back up. We'll tuck the back foot. We'll ease to all fours. When we get to our all fours pose, we'll just ease down to the hips. Swing your legs out in front of you. Last working pose we'll do today. I've already done a lot of stretches, so we're in good shape on our stretches. Last working pose. Let's put our hands behind us, hands pointing toward your body. Let's listen to the shoulders here. We don't want to just hang out in the joints like I'm doing right now. We want to think of pressing the floor away from us and being active, pulling the shoulders down and back, sturdy, strong. Now put your feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, and let's lift off into tabletop. So we're lifting the hips up. We can look straight ahead or we can look up at the ceiling, but let's not drop the head back behind us. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your shoulder blades. We can stay here holding the pose, or for 2 breaths only, we can flow. So press your heels into the mat and shift your hips through your arms without letting them touch the mat, sliding table. Let's lift back up. Inhale, plant the feet, lift the hips. Exhale, press those hips back through the arms. Deep breath, and then all of us ease down to the mat. Good job. Take a deep breath. Find those sitting bones again for me. And let's fold the left knee. Let's bring the left foot into the right inner thigh. Inhale, rise up through your spine. Exhale, forward fold, stretching that right hamstring. Aware of the spine, that we're not just totally slumping over, but instead we want to maintain a little bit of alignment in the spine, gently stretching the hamstring. Matching our inhale to our exhale. One more breath here. On an inhale, hinging back up and switching your feet. Still on the sitting bones. Now the right foot is at the left inner thigh. We inhale, reach up through the crown of the head. Exhale, hinge, stretching the left hamstring. We come back to our breath, matching the inhale to the exhale. We come back to our intention. This day is special. It only happens once. I can't get it back or redo it, so I will make it wonderful. On the next inhale, let's start to hinge back up. And let's hold the back of that bent leg and ease down to lie on the mat. When we get down, let's hug our knees to our chest. Let the back flatten completely. Maybe rocking side to side a couple times if it feels nice on your spine. Still having the deep, steady breaths. And then maybe hands come to the kneecaps. We open the knees out in opposite directions, circling them to meet in the middle. Letting your spine flatten, letting your back muscles relax. Let's reverse the direction of those circles. And let's bring them back together and circle them in the same direction a few times, which should feel really nice on the low back. and then reversing that direction as well. Let's gently release our feet to the mat. Arms out in a T, palms down. We'll extend the right leg and shift our hips to the left just a couple inches. Now, guide your right arm diagonally across the body to the left knee, to the opposite knee. And then guide your left knee toward the right. So you're letting that left hip come off the mat in a supine spinal twist. We can look over the left hand and arm if we want to, just to make the twist complete, but only if that feels nice on your neck. We have a few deep breaths here. Heart rate coming down, breathing, slowing down. Nice time to check in with your body and notice how you're feeling after moving and breathing. Hopefully better. And then slowly and carefully looking up first, and then guiding that knee and hip back to neutral, arms out in a T, and hips come back to the middle of the mat. So let's switch our legs. Right knee up, left leg extended. Let's bring the left hand diagonally across to the right knee, and then guide that right knee back over to the left. So you're coming into that twist again, but the other side. So our right hip is off the mat, but we want both shoulder blades on the mat. Maybe we look over the right hand. Again, that's up to you. We want to relax the face, close the eyes. We want to relax the neck and the throat. We want to relax the forehead. Hold a lot of tension there. And the jaw. Breath is still steady, but slowing down. To come out of the twist, let's turn our gaze back up to the ceiling first, and then guide the knee, the leg, and the hips back to neutral, hugging our knees to our chest one more time. And then releasing our feet to the mat. Whether we keep our knees up or lengthen our legs long is up to you, but let's revolve the palms up and just relax. I'm going to tuck the shoulder blades underneath us. Close the eyes. A deep breath in, and exhale, just relax. Let's do that 2 more times. A deep breath in. Exhale, letting yourself relax a little more. And 1 more time. A deep breath in. Exhale, relax. We'll let our breath ease back to normal, whatever's natural. We'll let our body sink into the mat. We'll try and let go of any tension that lingers. And we'll come back to that intention that today is special. I can't repeat it or redo it. I only get this chance at it. So I choose to use it in a way that brings love and light to myself and the world. Today is precious. I choose to make it wonderful. And I highly recommend you spending a few minutes here relaxing, breathing, And just letting yourself sink into the mat a little more. So this is where I will leave you today. Thank you for practicing with me today. And the light and life in me honors the light and life in you. Namaste.